today to discuss care of the Gincarelli family. I visit their home and feel that while they face some challenges, they are coping quite well and seem functional. Respectfully, I disagree with you. I think that their home is an unsafe environment for those kids, and it's wrong to expect them to fulfill a caregiver role for their mother. I feel that the kids should be removed or she should be placed in a facility that can provide professional care for them. Seeing those kids there is so heartbreaking. I know that they are just putting on a brave face when we are there, and they need to be in a safer place. I can see that this family triggers some emotion for you. I agree that it is hard to see a family is dealing with, but why do you think you feel upset? Is there something about this case that stands out to you that may be something I've missed? It's just that I see a lot of families that have a parent with mental illness, and I know from experience it's only a matter of time before this family has to face a very difficult situation that may be harmful for those children. It's hard for me to sit back and pretend like that won't happen. I guess I feel emotional about this case because I have a personal history of having a parent with mental illness, and I know what it's like to have to put on a brave face for a social worker or a nurse when it would have been better to be separated from that person. I'm so sorry to hear that this is something you had to go through. I imagine that seeing a family struggle in a way that you know personally cannot be very easy for you on an intimate and professional level. Do you think that perhaps your experience might be making it difficult for you to see this situation from a professional standpoint? I'll admit, professionally, I need to be more detached from this situation, but it's hard not to look at it and just see so many parallels to my own childhood. It's hard for me to be impartial. This conversation is making me realize how much more emotionally invested I am in this case than I thought I was. Maybe it's time that I reassessed how my values are affecting my ability to look at this family. That sounds very hard for you. I agree that maybe it's better for you to take some time to think about how your own past is affecting your ability to be able to be a part of the care of this team for this family. I do not want to make you feel alienated or like you're being chastised, but it's important that the focus of this discussion remain on the Gincarelli's family's needs, not our own. You're right. Let's try to move forward in planning for this family, and I will try to be more aware of how my own personal story is getting in the way of what is actually the best plan for this family. That's a good attitude. I don't want to undermine the value of personal knowledge, but let's try to examine this situation from the Gincarelli's family's perspective. What do you think is really the main issue for this family? Who is involved? What needs to happen for it to change? My primary concern is how the burden of caring for a mentally ill parent can weigh on the children. I agree that while they do seem to be coping quite well, but my worry is that the caregiver role is interfering with the natural social development of the teenagers. I worry that if we try to interview them about this, they may feel that we are threatening them, and they may feel like untruthful because they think we're going to try to separate them. That's a good point. We will have to work to gain the trust of the entire family so that we can encourage the most truthful response. I think we can achieve this by commending the family members individually on their strengths and capacities in dealing with this challenging situation. By reinforcing that they are good care providers, we can encourage feelings of competence and specialized knowledge that may help to convey that we do not aim to separate the family, merely to understand it. You're right. I think that if what you mean is that we approach the care of this family by making them feel that we aim to join them and provide support rather than to judge them, we may be able to get a more honest picture of how they are functioning. I realize that I still retain some of my own values that might make it a challenge for me to do this, but I will work hard to set them aside so that I can be professionally capable and participating in the assessment and care of this family. That's good. It sounds like we have a good strategy worked out. Now we just need to find a way to interact with this family on their terms so that we can best appear to be as guests and allies in their lives. I think we can work together to help this family in whatever way they need.